I think it was around a week ago. I'm sitting in the corner of my library and I have my computer in front of me open on a coding assignment. I had just set a timer for 1 hour and 10 minutes and I was about to do the coding assignment. But then I look at the coding assignment. It had 100 questions and I was feeling a little bit nervous, like, damn, can I really do this in 1 hour? But then I started doing the questions one by one. After doing those coding assignments, I opened Google Docs, started scripting for 2 videos, and even created an entire draft for 1 video. And it's the video that you're watching right now. When I looked at my timer again, only 1 hour and 7 minutes had passed. And that's when I knew I hit the flow state. And I'm gonna show you how you can do the same in this video. So the first thing you want to do is to change your environment. So I'm in that same library that I mentioned earlier, but I was feeling distracted. Like, you know, when you're working and you just get that random earworm or that random music that you heard like 20 days ago and you find it really, really hard to focus, right? So I kind of zoned out and I started looking at people around me. But then I looked at them and they were all studying. Every single last one of them, they were studying. When I saw that, I just had this sort of like peer pressure that I needed to study harder and harder because everyone else around me was grinding. So why wasn't I doing the same? If you want to work, if you want to study better, go into an environment where people are already doing the same. And if you don't, you feel like you're falling behind because they act as a sort of peer pressure for you. But Matthew, I don't have a library to work in. I don't have like a workroom or a study room or something like that. That's fine. You can literally turn your room into a library if you do it well enough. But I mean, right now my room is kind of messy. It's not looking very good. And that's the reason why I don't study here. It's because there's way too many distractions. If you're living in a room or a house with many different rooms, right? You can literally go and work in another room. Separate your work from your bedroom. The next thing you need to know is to put yourself under pressure. Think back to the last time when you were sitting down taking an exam and you saw that timer slowly go down. Chances are, when you were in that exam room, you were focused. And the reason for that is because you were under time pressure. Or think back to the last time you had an assignment due at 12 a.m. and you were at 11 p.m. just trying to finish that assignment. I'm sure you've had one of those moments before. And chances are you were also very, very focused. So the only logical solution to this is to give yourself pressure as well. And the easiest way to do that is to set a timer. Set a timer to finish all of your tasks in like this certain amount of time frame. And remember when I was in the library, I set a timer to 1 hour and 10 minutes. That gave me a level of pressure that I needed to achieve the flow state. But Matthew, stress is bad, right? Well, there's actually 2 types of stress. This stress is the one that you're thinking of. On the other hand, there's this thing called eustress. It's a type of stress that athletes face when they're playing a basketball game or something like that. It's a type of stress that you want in order to perform at your maximum capacity. Another way you could give yourself pressure is to set fake deadlines for yourself. What I mean by this is that, let's say you get a homework assignment due in like 2 weeks' time, for example. Give yourself a deadline to finish that homework assignment in 2 days, or even better, the same day. And I sometimes do this for YouTube videos as well. Like, I could spend like 2 months creating an entire video for you, but I give myself a deadline to do it within 2 weeks. When you give yourself less time to do something, it will take less time for you to do that thing. The next thing that you need to know is to stop multitasking. And I know this is probably something that you've heard before, but let me tell you, it is one of the most important things that even I myself, I struggle with it sometimes as well. So I remember I'm sitting down in the library and I'm studying math. And I was doing like math practice problems. But then I had this idea that just came into my mind. It was about a video that I really wanted to script. And like that idea just floated. It came out of nowhere. It literally came out of nowhere. And then I just started scripting for that video. But then after 10 minutes of scripting that video, my brain was telling me I need to go back to do math again. So what happened was that I spent the entire 50 minutes of my time block not even finishing a full draft for scripting and not even finishing my math homework. And that is the problem of multitasking.
Damn, it's cool.
So the last thing that I want to share with you is that you need to regain your attention span. And this is a harsh truth that no one really talks about. Everyone wants the little time management hack. They want that little focus hack, that little thing that they can do, incorporate in their study routine in order for them to get better focus. But listen to me, you can only get good focus if your attention span is good. So if you don't fix your brain, how will you get good focus? Doesn't make sense, right? So I was in another library and I was walking through the corridor. And to the left and right of me, I could see many students sitting in different rows, like the little study compartments that you see in the library. But then I looked at them and saw what they were doing. 80% of them had a phone right next to them. Not even facing down, but it was facing up. They were scrolling on their phone while having a pen in their hand and could literally see their study materials right next to them. And that just made me realize, damn, the students from the top university that I'm attending, even they have a shit attention span. If you improve your attention span, if you put your phone in your bag, remove all of your distractions, and just focus on the work that you're doing, you're going to be better than 80% of the students in the top university. Think about that. But as always, nothing changes if nothing changes. If you don't start changing today, nothing will change in a year from now. So as always, may God guide us on the right path, and I'll see you in the next video.